Alright, I can't believe I have to do this, but I have to make a video because I don't know if it's just people who are so bent on believing in the whimsical and they really want to believe this, or it's just because it's gotten that popular. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's her hair. And now, 5 reasons why it's her hair. Number 1, the guy and his motives. Well, this is pretty easy. All we have to do is watch the first minute and a half of the video to see that we're just getting a plug for a crappy movie company that he talks about for no reason except for that he wants to get attention for being a filmmaker, and he's a filmmaker, so he is basically acting right now and selling his product, and congratulations, that's exactly what filmmakers do. They deceive the audience, not on purpose, as in the malicious way this guy is, but more to tell a story, and this guy is telling a whopper right now, so congratulations dude, you plugged your stupid film company. Number 2, you're seeing what you're told to see. Now, a good example of this is those rather hilarious posters of people who post things in which one thing looks like another thing, and as soon as you see it, your mind is preparing yourself to see it, and so in turn you see it, and from now on you always see it. So, by setting up the film with a biased point of view that it's a time traveler and holding a phone, you guys are already preparing yourself to see it, because the mind doesn't like to be disappointed, you know? It likes to believe that it knows what it's seeing. It doesn't want to be on the outside and be not with the in crowd and not believe that's not seeing what it's supposed to see. So it will do whatever it can to see what it thinks it's supposed to see, and you guys are supposed to see a cell phone. Number 3, the shine. Now, if you take a good look at this woman, you will notice right away that there is a shiny object in her hand, and no, sorry, it's not an object at all. It's actually just her hair. It's her curly hair underneath her hat. And I know you all know what this style has been. You've seen countless classic actresses wear this hairstyle with the curls. They're nice and shiny, they're nice and new. She's obviously well-to-do, so she has nice little curls underneath her nice little hat that just happen to reflect off the light in a certain way that kind of makes it look like it's not circular, but kind of like that same black object kind of shine, like if you held an iPhone and you just notice the way the light kind of broke off of it. And to add to that, you will notice nothing protruding from the woman's hand on the bottom. So there you have it, it's her hair underneath her hat. And finally, the biggest piece of evidence. Number 4, the fingers. Now this guy's strongest argument, or so he calls it, was that you could see the knuckles bending in a shape that suggested she was holding something. Now this is true, people do hold their cell phones like this, but there's also something else very common that they also do. You may not have thought of this because it's kind of a subconscious thing that we just kind of do. It's kind of almost a reflex, if you will. I'm going to give you a second to try to figure out what it is, and then I'm going to ask you to go into Google Images and type in 2 words, scratch and head. Okay? You should have gotten something like this. Now what does it look like these people are doing? Now keep in mind these people don't have hats on, and obviously the hat interacts with the head mostly at the rims, which would be on the sides. So how's that knuckle argument working for you right about now? Are we looking at how people scratch their heads, how you scratch your heads, how you hold a phone? Are you kind of seeing where you're being misled, where your brain is kind of seeing what it wants to see after it's being told what to see now? Okay, now if you're still not convinced, unbelievably, if you're still not convinced that she's not holding a cell phone, I want you to take a look at her fingers right before the screen fades. Watch. Okay, now I'll play devil's advocate. I want you to pick up your cell phone right now, and I want you to hold it in your hand. Try holding it in your left hand, since she's apparently left-handed. Now obviously this person is outside, so hold that phone up to your head how you'd normally hold it. Hold it to your ear. Now with your top 2 fingers, I want you to scratch your head. See if you can do it like this woman in the picture. And if you think this shadow here is the bottom half of the cell phone, I'm sorry, it's just a shadow cast by her hand. Number 5, the mouth. People seem to think she's talking to somebody on the other line, but it looks to me like she's just talking to somebody off screen, possibly the guy in front of her. Now you'll notice when she comes in that her mouth is open. Her mouth stays open until the very last second of the fade of the scene, and she starts to talk. Now, I think a lot of people interpreted this as a gesture, like she was listening, and then all of a sudden she responds with her nice little smile at the end as she looks down. But I have to say that if you were turning around and facing towards the sun, or maybe you saw a video camera staring in your direction, you might kind of blush it off too. Now, I want to conclude this video by saying that I don't harbor any ill will towards this director guy plugging his films and bringing up weird and outrageous allegations that this is a time traveler. You'll probably go through life seeing and realizing that a lot of people just really want to believe. They really want something more in this life. After living it for a certain amount of time, you can kind of picture it as a little bland, especially when you go to the movies and you see films like Avatar and Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, and you kind of just really want it to be your life too. You just reach that point where you're willing to believe, and that's why we have ghosts, that's why we have alien encounters, and that's why we have this, basically. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it per se. You know, like I said, I've always been interested in this too, but at the same time, you should be able to rationalize things. And I just want to stress that I'm not trying to be a killjoy here, I'm just trying to be rational. So, to everybody out there, if you've encountered an alien, I think you should speak on it. I think if you've seen a ghost, you should try your best to capture it. But if you are being spoon-fed something, I would highly suggest that you question it before you do anything else. Thank you.